What's up, everybody? This is Scratch, and I got another video here for you. We are going to take a look and review at Kingdom New Lands, which just came out for the Xbox One on August the 8th, and it's published by Raw Fury. Before I get started on that, however, I just want to let you guys know, for full disclosure, that this game was provided to me by the publisher in exchange for my honest review, and that's what we're going to give you. So, without further ado, here we go. So I've got some gameplay going on the screen here to kind of help you guys visually envision what I'm talking about. So basically, this is a very simplistic game, but it's complex in its simplicity. And what I mean by that is you kind of have to figure out what you're doing and learn as you go, which in the very beginning was incredibly frustrating for me, and I honestly didn't really like it at first. But that changed, and I'll tell you why. So basically, you come in, you build this fort, you recruit people who are on the island, and then you give them jobs in your fort or in your base or camp or whatever you want to call it. And then you can earn money and resources that way. And then you basically just have to like build up your resources so that you can build this boat. And then once the boat is built, sail to another land and take some of those resources with you and start over. And you do this like 4 or 5 times or whatever, and go through a couple different lands, and you'll finish the game. There are new things to discover when you get to each island. So far I've only been able to make it to the second one because I'm kind of bad at this, but it takes a while. But you'll discover new things, new mounts to ride. You can see I'm on a horse here, and it's basically like a discovery type of a game. And by discovery, really what I mean is discovering what you're even supposed to do. Because when I first started, you just kind of start off here, and you're a queen with a crown or a king with a crown on a horse, and you're just kind of walking, and I wasn't really sure what to do at first. The antagonist in this story is these little troll people, like these little greedy people, or greed or whatever, and they come from this portal on one side or both sides of the map, depending on which island you're on. And they'll basically come and destroy your progress. So part of your progress needs to be dedicated towards protecting what you have, but also towards getting that boat built and finished so that you can leave. And you kind of have to find the balance. And I think that's what I didn't do at first, because I hated the game at first. I mean, I hate to say that, but at first I did. And I just thought it was kind of boring. Like, I didn't really know what to do, and it doesn't really, it kind of starts you off with the basics. Like, it tells you what to do in terms of, like, build your fort and get that started, but I don't necessarily know like why or you know what I mean. And then all of a sudden these trolls show up and start destroying everything I worked on, so I have to start over because, it was kind of tough at first. Now, if I would have known that going into it, like you guys watching the review will know, that probably would have taken the sting out of it a little bit. But here's what happened to me. So I gave it a second chance after putting it down for a day, and I thought, let me just try to figure this out. Once I played through a second time, having learned what I learned from the first time when everything, got destroyed, now I fell into this cycle of just one more time with my new strategy and see how much further I can get. And then the next thing you know, I've been playing for 2 hours. And now I'm kind of hooked on it, because you kind of learn what happens, and you learn the patterns and the cycles of what goes on during the day and how you're going to make the most money, and you keep wanting to try new things, and that's exactly where I'm at with it right now. And I haven't been able to put it down in the last 2 days or 3 days that I've had it. The gameplay has this soothing Minecraft feel to it, and the music, I think, has a lot to do with that. It's kind of relaxing, but then the music also kind of fits the mood with what's going on screen, so that has a pretty good effect to it. The achievements, however, can probably be pretty difficult, because you have to survive like 100 days on a single island, which would probably be difficult because after a while those greed come in droves and droves of numbers, and it's really difficult to defend against them. At least I haven't figured out a way to do that. I've made it to, I think, about like day 25 probably, or 23. 25 is the achievement. I think I fell just short of it, but it's not too bad otherwise. I mean, if it's one of those games that you'll be playing, I think it'll be fun to try to get to day 100. I don't know if I'll actually be able to do it. The cycles are about like a 20-minute cycle for day and night, I think. So it'll be interesting to try. The graphics are pretty good, I think, with this, with the throwback retro HD style. They kind of remind me of the Dear God. It kind of just adds to the artistic side of it, I guess, because it is a simple game, so it doesn't really need to have like super advanced visuals. Because I like the simplicity of that, and I think it's really a beautiful game for that reason. Replay value is probably fairly high, and you'll get a lot of mileage out of the game, just for the reason of just kind of going back and forth with your strategy. So for that reason, I'd give this game an 8 out of 10. The reason I'd rate it a little bit higher is simply because I'm a busy person, and so having a game like this that's like kind of fun with strategy keeps you thinking, but it's pick up and play. You don't have to. You can start where you left off. If you want to, with the save on Xbox, we'll save it. Because sometimes if you don't play another game, you'll boot back up to where you were. But being able to just kind of start over and try new strategy, I think eventually I'm probably going to get a strategy down where I can just totally dominate and probably play through all 5 lands, no problem. And right now I'm having fun trying to get to that point. So didn't like it at first, but it totally hooked me. So if this is something you guys think is interesting or not interesting, or you agree with me or disagree with me, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'd certainly love to hear from you. And hopefully you guys have discovered Kingdom New Lands, and you guys can go out and discover this for yourself. If you're having trouble with the game, or you come up with a killer strategy, please let me know, because I'm probably going to be lost in afternoons doing this. So if you come up with something, I'd love to hear it. So, all right, that's about all I got. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video.